everybody, thanks very much for tuning in again. Apologies, I've gone and done it again. I've let life get in the way of things. I haven't been posting any videos, I think, for about 10 days now. So yeah, garden's doing well. Haven't really been looking after it too much at this stage of the season. There's not really too much I need to do. I do need to obviously cut some of it back. I have been doing that with the cucumber plant as it's been dying here, cucumber and pickles. Been picking all of the cucumbers that are too big, ready to be done. And we are getting some pickles and cucumbers here. So we've got a pickle here, we've got a nice cucumber over here, so picking them as I go. Being very messy with the watering hose, as you can tell. So that's the stage I'm at right now. I'm very busy with everything else, just doing as little as I can, just trying to get this in as I can. So I've got a piece of wood here, going to cut it. So that staple, don't really care too much about it. It's hardwood decking, so it should last for a few years outdoors. And basically what it's going to be is, it was a nice long piece, so I've got it in two halves, so that half and another half in my garage, so it's nice and big. But in between the beds that we've got here, I've got the blueberry plant right now, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to place it in between these two beds in the back here. That's plenty of space. I've got some acid loving soil just as a plane is going overhead, which is nice. And actually, while we're doing this, you can see the plane. Unfortunately, we get a lot of planes going through here, going to Pearson Airport. But I just want to show the clouds. Hopefully some rain on the way, but that's what the season is right now. It's cold. We're getting to the end of the season. We're just going to let these plants die out and do the thing. I've planted some peas for the end of the season. But yeah, so in here, before it gets too cold, I'm going to plant the blueberry. I'm going to put it in there. So I'm going to move out all of this mulch. I'm going to bring it out here. I'm going to put the wood at the back. So I'm going to have to kind of shape it. And I'm going to have to fit it in at the back. And then that's going to go up against the fence. Then I'm going to fill it up with soil. I'm going to put the take the blueberry out of the pot, put it up there, put the acid loving soil in, fill it in at the front end, and then I'm just going to kind of jam in all of this mulch and some soil just to jam that piece of wood in. So I'll show you what it's like when I'm done. Very simple, not worth doing a video over. It's not like I'm doing something special. So yeah, and yeah, basically just going through. We did actually get quite a few corn from all of these, so most of these corns are actually done, but we're actually still getting beans. So the beans are climbing up here. Still got those, so I'm not touching these right now because I want the beans to keep on going until I'm seeing some nice long beans here and some nice long beans inside here as well. So yeah, just going to wait for the beans to be done, and then the corn will come out with the beans. So got lots of beans coming through. So yeah, just let that keep on doing its thing. We're getting a lot of ground cherries. We've had a lot of tomatillo, so I've been making stuff like chicken tortilla soup with the tomatillos. I've been making salsa verde, which is good. First time we've ever made it. I think I made it with a bit too much lime, but you know, you go as you go. After the ground cherries are done, we're going to have leeks. So this is going to be leek and potato soup. Hopefully we've got some carrots to go in with that. Next year, I actually, in the far bed, I need to plant some onions. I'm hoping to plant some potatoes. Then at that point, all I need is the vegetable stock, which I intend to make on my own as well. I've done that before, but the plants that I've got right now, it's not suited for doing that. What I did before was I've got this New Zealand spinach here, and sometimes it grows like crazy. When it does grow like crazy, then basically what I can do is I can take the stems and everything and I can boil it down, and it actually makes a decent soup. You just got to add some onions and stuff, you know, all of that regular stuff to make a vegetable broth. You can do that with the leeks and everything. So yeah, nothing really to manage here at the moment, which is good because I'm so busy. Just letting everything go, obviously not letting things go into decline. So we do have some peppers here that I will need to harvest soon. I've got some peppers here I'm going to give to my brother-in-law. I do have this lime plant, which hasn't been going so great, but it is rooting a bit. I keep on saying I'm going to email the company. Again, I haven't had time to do that at all. So yeah, nice and fun. And then we've got the tiniest cantaloupe. Well, this isn't the tiniest cantaloupe. That's a fairly tiny cantaloupe. If we look in my hand, it's not even the palm side of my hand. Going to reinvent how we do things next year because that hasn't worked very well. The tiniest cantaloupe ever was here, and this plant is actually done now, as you can tell. It's not really going to give us anything further from that, so I'm going to rip that out when I get a chance. There was a cantaloupe that was actually, maybe compared to this, it was about this big, half the size, if that. And I think a squirrel had a chomp at it thinking it was a nut, so that was done. And then yeah, the balcony, nothing really going on with the balcony. Again, just letting the plants do the thing. Strawberries will go in the garage when they're done. I do need to get a bigger greenhouse for the garage for overwintering. I do have a special greenhouse for the lime because with the lime we need to have it nice and warm. We don't need to have it hot, but it needs to have it nice and warm. So I'll be lifting it off the floor, making sure it's insulated underneath. I've got a special little greenhouse for that, and I'm going to have that within the greenhouse. So a greenhouse within a greenhouse because my garage isn't insulated. So lots of planning coming up, lots of small purchases to buy these mini greenhouses and stuff. And yeah, just manage decline right now with the garden because the Canadian winter is coming and I can feel the wind right now. It's going to be a chilly night tonight. As you can see, the corn's going with that wind, and that wind's, it's not freezing, but it's chilly. So one more thing I did notice here, we've got a corn here that's bursting through. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to have to harvest that, even though I can tell it's not done yet. There's no way I can close this. It's opened up on its own. Hopefully the stem down here, you know what, let's just pick it off. Gonna have a lot of bugs in here, as you can tell. They love hiding around in there. Just as long as it doesn't crawl on my hand, I'm okay. So yeah, they're okay. They don't eat the corn. I'm okay with them being there. So yeah, yeah, gonna have a look at this corn quickly before we go. This will be everything, but yeah, we've had a few corn. I need to do a better job in arranging the corn. I think I'm going to have to set this down. I'm going to have to do a better job in arranging the corn next year with the Three Sisters method. This corn is not liking to be opened. Maybe it's just too damn... Yeah, it's not ready on this side, I can tell. I think this corn is just not going to develop, unfortunately. It doesn't look like... but yeah, that's the problem that I've had. That corn was a bit late, so yeah, it's not really being pollinated that much, as you can tell here. It doesn't look like it's done too well. It was open at the top. That usually means it's going to be open to insects and bugs, so it's better for me to take it off than it is to leave it on there. That's all done, and as you can tell, this corn ain't ready. It would have been a good corn if it was big, so yeah, just going to leave that, throw it in the organics, and then do our thing from there. So thanks very much for tuning in. I will show you before the season is done. We'll definitely be showing you what the blueberry looks like. Hopefully that can root before the cold weather comes in. I need to buy a cover for it, and then this is going to be tore up next year, so I can't wait for that. I wish I had a time machine so I could go forward and do that. But yeah, thanks very much for tuning in, and I won't say the same as I did last time. I'm not going to make any promises to make any videos anytime soon, but hopefully I get a bit more time to do so. Now that my project of work is finished, I should have that time, but you never know. So thank you very much and have a great day.